Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be showing you how I made this two-piece sleeve for this double-breasted blazer dress. Keep on watching and let's get started. To draft a two-piece sleeve, you are going to need your basic sleeve pattern. If you don't know how to draft a basic sleeve pattern, I am going to put the link in the description box so that you can watch how I drafted mine. While drafting your basic sleeve pattern, you have to draft it on fold so that you can indicate where the front and the back is. So the first thing I'm doing on this pattern is to mark a line at the center of the pattern. And I'm going to fold in the sides of the pattern to meet the center line. So I'm just going to make sure that at the top there, the tip of each of the pattern is matching. You don't have to bother about the down part. And if you have any space at the center of the paper, it doesn't matter. But just make sure that the tip of the paper is matching at the top. After folding, I am going to cut it out on both sides of the folded end. But before then, I'm just indicating on my pattern which side is the front and which side is the back. So I'm going to cut through now from the folded end on both sides. After cutting, I am going to place these two pieces on a fresh pattern paper so that we can make some changes to it. I'm just going to place my two pieces on the new pattern paper and I'm going to use a masking tape to hold it down. The first thing I am going to do here is to mark a line at the bottom to connect the bottom of the two pieces together. So just mark a straight line like so. And at the top, I am going to trace out what I have on this new pattern paper. I'm just tracing out what I have on the two pieces I placed on the paper. One important measurement you need to mark on a two-piece sleeve is the elbow line. So this is me just connecting the elbow line that I have on my basic sleeve. I'm just using the black marker to make it more visible. That place is the elbow line. So for a two-piece sleeve, it always tilts to the front. That is the most significant part of a two-piece sleeve. Everything we are going to do now has to tilt to the front side. This part here, I already indicated on the pattern paper that it is the front side. I am coming out by 1 inch from the bottom and I'm connecting it with a straight line to the elbow line. So on the back part of these pieces, you have to go in by 1 inch. From the front, you come out by 1 inch, while on the back, you go in by 1 inch. That is why it is important to indicate which part is the front and which part is the back. And this is what I just did now, and I'll connect it to the elbow line with a straight line. Trace out the rest part of the pieces you placed on the pattern paper. Trace it out and I can now remove these two pieces I placed on the paper. I'm just going to connect my lines so that everything is visible, and I'll indicate the elbow line. Also, I'll connect the lines at the top, and I am just going to try and curve in the upper part a little bit. Okay, now at the bottom part, now on the front part, I am going to go up by 1/2 inch, and at the part that indicates the back, I am going to go down by 1/2 inch, and I'm going to connect that line with a straight line. This will be our new hem line. And now I'm going to take out 1/2 inch all the way from the top to the bottom of this pattern. I am taking out 1/2 inch from this pattern because the other part of the sleeve that I have not yet worked on is always bigger than this part I am working on right now. I have to take out at least 1 inch from this pattern. That is why I am taking out 1/2 inch on both sides. At the end of the day, I am going to cut it out, but first I am going to set it aside and bring in the other part of the sleeve. I have placed the outer part of the sleeve on a fresh pattern paper, and the first thing I am going to do is to extend the elbow line to this new paper. The same alteration I did to the inner part of the sleeve I worked on earlier is what I am also going to do to the outer part of the sleeve. I am going to indicate the front and the back on this pattern paper so that we can know which part is the front, and I'm going to go out at the bottom part of the front by 1 inch, and I'm going to connect with a straight line to the elbow line. Also, I am going to trace out what I have on the paper on this new pattern paper so that all the markings can be visible. I'm going to trace out the top also and the other side. At the bottom part of the back side, I am going to go in by 1 inch and I'll connect it to the elbow line. So just the same thing we did to the inner part of the sleeve is what we're also going to do to this part. At the bottom part on the front side, I am going to go up by 1/2 inch, and at the back side I am going to go down by 1/2 inch, and I'm just going to connect with a straight line, and that will be the new hem line. So unlike the other part that we didn't have allowance, that we just took out 1/2 inch, I am going to be adding 1.5 inches to this part. I am adding 1.5 inches to this pattern because we took out 1/2 inch from the other pattern, the pattern for the inner part of the sleeve. We took out 1/2 inch on both sides, so I am replacing it back on this pattern. The other 1 inch allowance is to join both pieces together both patterns together. It is to join it. That is why I am adding 1.5 inches to this pattern. You are going to add your desired allowance to the top and bottom. For this pattern, I'm just going to add ½ inch to the top and bottom of the pattern. I am going to add my same allowance to the inner pattern now. I'm just adding ½ inch to the upper part, and I'm also going to add ½ inch to the down part of the sleeve. I'll cut it out now. While transferring to fabric, you are going to take note of the side that indicates the back and the front. So you are just going to indicate it while transferring to fabric so that you can know which side you are going to join to which side. So now the back is together here the way I placed it. So if I am going to transfer to fabric, I am going to join the part that says the back together. I'm going to join it together, and the part that indicates the front, I am going to join that side together. So that is how to join it when you transfer to fabric. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.